Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus Ancient Gladiator today with Pillarless Tabletop Games. Today with a recently released game called Last Shot. Goal of the game is to be the last agent left alive, as terminate cards show up and players can use them to eliminate others from the game until only one remains. Alright, setting up the game, you'll start with a number of cards in the draw deck equal to 6 times the number of players. So we got a 4-player game. So the deck started out at 24 cards. Then each player will get 3 cards from the deck. And then 1 card from the terminated supply will be shuffled into the remaining deck. And a random player will be the first to take their turn. Or whoever most recently won a game can take the first turn. If you're playing multiple games of this, then it's pretty easy to keep track of. So, on your turn, you've got 2 options. Play a card from your hand, resolve its effects, and then draw a new card from the deck. Or discard all your cards and then draw 3 new ones. When you draw cards, if you're playing a hidden information game, you only have to reveal what the drawn card is if it's a terminated card. In an open information game, cards are drawn face up. Read off the title, read off what it does, next player takes their turn. It's possible to play cards during other players' turns if you have a card that says reaction. Alternatively, if you're finding trouble with the timing with trying to play a reaction, what you do is you can play on your turn without effect to draw a new card. And then you'll draw an extra card anyway. When you are drawing cards, if you already have 6 cards in hand, you have to stop. It doesn't matter how many cards you would get. The moment you hit 6 cards, you're done drawing for the time. At some point, players will end up with a terminated card. What they'll do is they will announce that they have a terminated card and the card that escapes the effect. And hopefully someone out there has the means to escape it. You may destroy this card from your hand to escape being eliminated by burn notice. So, burn notice gets played. Cease and desist gets destroyed. That player survives. This gets shuffled back into the deck at the end of the turn. When the draw deck runs out, immediately replenish the draw deck from the discard pile, adding 1 additional terminated card from the supply. Eventually, the player will be eliminated. Their cards are destroyed. The card that was played for their termination is here and will be shuffled back in as normal. And eventually there'll just be 1 player left, and that player wins. For future games, in addition to deciding to go open information, there will be other cards to work with. And of course I just had to mess them all up, so bear with me. So from your initial selection of the game is like 36 agency cards. Just basic stuff. But then players can start mixing in things from Bureau. A lot of messing around with hands and cards. There's Committee, which is kind of brutal. There's there's some advantages, but they're also kind of risky as well. However, one of them is the Comrades in Arms card that you permanently become a comrade. Turn your reference card over to show it. It each comrade starting with you draws a card. If at any point all remaining players are comrades, they all win together. And then there's the department cards, which just mess with stuff overall. But players are free to, in between games, uh, like either choose randomly or agree on what cards to add in. It's part of the initial deck building. Let's say before everything gets dealt out in the first place, they'll shuffle in the bureau cards, and then the standard number will be picked from there. So you might see all the bureau cards, you might not see any. It's entirely possible. But that gives some ways to kind of shake up the game. Alright, so I just bought this game on Friday. I have yet to play it with anyone. Why do I already like it? Because it's fast. It's not too terribly complicated. There's a lot of flexibility in making the deck and like switching things around. The one thing I would have liked to see for this game is a little creative list of scenarios of certain deck configurations at the 3-player level to use as like a base idea. And yeah, at more players than something to, either adding random cards or adding in specific cards. Because one of the other games that I like that gives you a wide variety of cards to work with, battle cruisers. They've got like 21, 24 different scenarios to work with to decide what kind of cards to have. And I like when games provide those suggestions. But I think now that the game is out and people are going to be messing with it, there's a good chance to see people come up with scenario ideas like that. Alright. Anything I've missed? Oh, yeah. Some cards are persistent. So, when you play them, they go in front of the player, and those effects remain until the player is eliminated or at the start of their next turn. Just something. Yeah, it's Last Shot. It's not expensive. You only need like 100 regular card game sleeves for it, so that keeps it cheap on that end as well. It's fast and I'm sure it'll lead to some pretty interesting stories of how players messed with each other in certain games. Yeah, Last Shot. Check it out. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time.